Well, good morning, everybody. Hello, welcome. I am back. Yay. You guys are crooked. Is it you or is it me? It's probably me, but I'd like to blame you instead. Hey, everybody. Hi, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread. You are in our Stitchuation room. This is a Monday through Friday virtual stitching retreat where you hang out with me in here and follow me on my sewing journey. And I hope I can inspire you to put something under the needle. I'm back. Yay. It was so good to see all of you at the retreat that I went to up in Holton, Indiana. And I'm going to talk about that. Well, thank you for all your welcome backs. Yay. I'm very excited to be back. And Frito is here. We got a little Lucy love while we were at Harriet's. Hi. And Frito is here. Frito got a gift from Penny at the retreat. You guys were so sweet. Oh my goodness. She gave some little eggs and bacon soft dog treats. And so she's been, and a little note. You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. Such a love. Yeah, thumbs up, thumbs up. Oh my goodness. It's been a long time. I know. Let me give her one of these little eggs. I came back and the guy who was blowing the gunite in the pool called her fat. And I told Keith, I said, you're crooked. I told Keith, I said, I told you she's fat. She's not fat. She looks great, blah, 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 whatever. What do we got for you, Frito? We got Dave biscuits. We got Dave biscuits. What, you're hiding. That's her cute face. That's her cute face. He says, Mama, please, can I have a Dave biscuit? There you go. Yes, we got all kinds of goodies in here for you, girlfriend. You guys are so nice. Oh my gosh, there's your second one. Okay, and then you're going to get a stick and then you have to depart. There they are down in the bottom. No, in the bottom here. They're all in the bag. You want to go brush your teeth? There you go. All right, bye-bye. Okay. So nice, so nice. Oh my goodness. Awesome to see you guys here. All right, we have all this going on here. There. Pat from Wisconsin. Hi, how are you? I was born in Janesville, but I'm a Texan. I got here as fast as I could. Oh my word. Y'all, I had an amazing trip. Harriet was so incredibly thoughtful and her husband, John, was awesome. And we just really enjoyed ourselves, or I enjoyed myself anyway. Had my own room and my own bathroom and it was good. And well, thank you, Betsy. I know some of you were worried about me yesterday. Like Betsy sent me an email and she said, are you okay? I didn't see. So if you are part of our Facebook group, we have a private Facebook group. Please join if you haven't already. And on the Facebook group, I did put a post in there about I expected long delays on Wednesday night getting home. And boy, was it a long delay. And so I was not going to be on yesterday morning. So we had thank you, Nancy. She says, glad you made it home safe. All right. So I got, so I flew, let's see, I don't even remember what day it was. I flew to Louisville, Kentucky, and Harriet picked me up. And then we went she lives in Madison, Indiana, which is just the most adorable, quaint little town. If you ever get a chance, you guys, it's like, yes, Bonnie says, welcome back to Texas. Thank you, Lord Jesus, I made it safe. Woo. But if you ever get a chance to check out Madison, Indiana, you guys need to do that. So it's way down in the southeast corner of Indiana, right on the Ohio River, with the beautiful bridge that goes over the river and scenic little shops and tons of places to eat. And just really, it looks like a little hometown USA. It is just such an amazing little town. And great food there. We hit a restaurant and they've got a super cool little quilt store there. And if you are passing through, make it a point to stop. It's called L&L Dry Goods. I want to give them a shout out. They have a load of Kimberbell if you like getting that stuff. Lana makes sure, our friend Lana, she makes sure that they have all things Kimberbell and Current. So that's really cool. And then they have a whole room of nothing but Lori Holt. And I could not resist. I got the Autumn Love Quilt embroidery file. We're going to talk about this in a little bit, but this is what was on the thumbnail for today's video. So we'll get to this in just a second, but I just kind of want to go over everything we did there. But this is going to be awesome. I can't wait. So while I was there, we did a workshop, a 2-day workshop at the beach RV or beach. It's a beach retreat, BEACH, but that's their last name. There's no beach in sight, y'all. Everybody was like, where's the water? Where's the water? Where's the sand? So it was wonderful. Oh, Star says, what about that? Yeah, what about that? Did I visit any Buc-ee's while I was up there? Dave, I didn't see a Buc-ee's. I didn't see one. I know. But Bonnie says, I love the 8 a.m. start time. Girlfriend, so do I. I still got up at 6, but I had an hour for my brain to kind of engage, and I could get everything organized and settled, and it's really awesome. Beach Country Resort. Thank you, Amy. Amy was there. Amy Phelps was there. It was so awesome to put faces to names that I see for you guys. So we didn't just stitch out a little project. We dove deep into snapplique, and that is a term that I have trademarked to convert paper applique patterns or pre-cut shapes or something that is not an embroidery file where you're creating it yourself. And we dove deep into that for 2 days. And on the second day, I started them off going, you guys, I'm starting you with nothing. Here you go. Here's what I want you to do. Make this little mug rug from nothing. And I think I created about 31 little digitizers. Not digitizers like, Juju by any means, not even anywhere near that, but the ability to create your own little wall hanging and mug rugs and stuff like that. So it was nice. Oh, Kim says it was great to be part of an actual Stitchuation room and real food in the kitchen. Yes, it was awesome. Danny and his wife, Alice, were fantastic hosts. And I felt real bad because Harriet's husband, John, made dinner for us the last day of the retreat. And Danny threw out, y'all, I've never seen anything like this. He roasted 2 whole turkeys and then deboned them, put all that meat into a big roasting pan and poured turkey gravy all over the whole thing. I saw that and I was just like, oh, it smelled so good. It was fantastic. Fed the whole herd. And then I saw the green beans with the bacon. I thought it was bacon floating in them, but it wasn't. It was sausage from a breakfast that we had. It was great. Thank you, Jennifer. She says, love the new time. So do I. And if you are new here from the West Coast or Mountain Time, let me know. I want to see who all of our new folks are. But we're seeing lots of hashtag Power Tools. Yeah, let's hashtag Power Tools. Today is Giveaway Friday. I saw a typo. Randy Smith, you've got a typo, sweetie. Fix it. Go in and put it again. Y'all only need to put hashtag Power Tools one time. The computer only counts 1 entry per user. Okay, and it's all one word. And a hashtag is that little pound sign up above the 3 key on a traditional keyboard. So today's giveaway, y'all don't even care, but today's giveaway is a Sunday brunch mini charm and a yard of coordinating fabric. How about that? That's awesome, isn't it? US shipping only, please. Dawn, only 1 hashtag, okay? Y'all pay attention to what you're typing. Y'all are so excited. You're like, enter. Data quality, my friends, okay? Data quality, hashtag Power Tools, hashtag Power Tools. US shipping only, please. New from California, hi, welcome. If you're new, let me know in the chat. We have a welcoming committee wandering around in the back, my sunshine committee, and they will give everybody a big warm welcome. And the scroll is rolling. Yes, it is, Connie. So thank you, Lynn. Lynn's from, it flew by. Where'd she go? She says, I'm from Northern California. Yay, love the new time. Thank you. Yeah, I do too. I love the new time too. I missed you too, Christy. So we had 2 days of fun. And at the end of the days, people's heads were like ready to explode because I was just dumping knowledge into them. We had lots of aha moments. Those are always fun when you go, oh, that makes my life so much better. We had a lot of those. And awesome. Enjoying the new time from California. Thank you, Meyer. Was your name, Meyer? Okay, good, good, good. Yeah, Meyer, 6536. Good. So, and that's the thing that's great about these. So I'm getting ready to post. I'm sorry, let me back up. I had a lot of people email me, I mean, a lot, and said, where are you and when are you and where can we get you and what's your schedule like and all of this for travel. So I tasked my blogger, Miss Maureen. She's in here somewhere. Hi, CB. CB's a newbie. What are you guys doing back there? Give her big hellos. I've tasked Maureen to create a new page on my blog, and it's going to be it'll say education or travel. We'll come up with some kind of title, and it'll list my schedule of where I am going to be and when. And then down below will be the types of events that I can do, whether it's a lecture demo or a class or it's an actual workshop. They are two different things. So the class is a guided, like a Kimberbell event, where you sit there and I'm walking you baby step through the entire stitching process, where I'm like, put this fabric here and do that, and here's how you'll cut your shapes. And it's a one-day deal. But the workshops are where it's a full immersion into getting into how to create your own digitized designs. And I'm not a digitizer. This is not taking the place of Lisa Shaw's Brilliance training at all. Not at all. Okay. Because I don't have her knowledge, but I know how to do what I want to do. Or I'm learning along the way too. I'm getting better and better all the time. So awesome. Awesome. Okay. Well, Wendy's here from Nacogdoches. Hey, neighbor. How are you? I'm down in Vernia. My mugs, the hot coffee mugs, you guys, isn't this gorgeous? I've got a link to them below in the description box from Liberty Laser. Thank you for getting these out to you guys. If you want to, oh, there we go. Deborah Martin, where'd you go? Where'd you go? If you have a chance to do the workshop, it's a great experience. Thank you, Deborah. We had a ball. We had a ball. So it's not just it's not just giving a man a fish. It is teaching a man to fish in the workshop. So definitely for experienced embroiderers and ScanNCut users for the workshop. I don't go over baby steps how to use your ScanNCut, and I don't go over baby steps of how to embroider. So you need to be on your game if you want to attend a workshop. All righty. So I got some emails I had wanted to share with you. Let me see here. This one came out in the printer. Let's see. I had a lot of questions from some of this here. Yeah, make sure I've got all of this. Yeah, here we go. So I got an email from Crystal. Oh, let me back up. Stop. So I was not here yesterday morning because I didn't get home until 1:30 in the morning on Thursday. There were ginormous storms over Dallas. That was the problem. And while it went through there, it kind of got on top of Dallas and sat and just dumped. And so there were planes circling for 2 hours. And we got on the plane to leave from Louisville, and the nice man from Southwest got on and he said, we've got a 2-hour delay, so we're not going to keep you on the plane. How nice was that? Let us off back into the terminal, and so you could at least go sit down and have a drink and visit and get to know people. That was a lot of fun. And then we got on the plane, and we got down to Dallas okay. But when I got to Dallas, there was another huge layover in Dallas because everybody who was in Dallas, they were trying to get everybody out, right? And I ended up being able to get a standby on an earlier flight that was going to leave at like 8:30, which would have gotten me into San Antonio at 9:30 had we not taken the long way around John's barn called Lubbock in order to get here. It was an hour and a half flight. It was crazy. So I got to San Antonio, and so I rolled into San Antonio about 11:15, 11:30-ish. And I went right over to the luggage and I said, is my luggage even here? She said, no, it's on a flight. It'll be here in 25 minutes. And then it's 15 minutes to unload. So I just sat down in the luggage area in San Antonio and ate my Welch's fruit chews, because there's nothing open in San Antonio after 10 p.m. in the airport, while Fiesta was going nonstop downtown. And waited for my luggage. Got my luggage about 12:30. I finally got out of the airport and I got home at 1:30. Quite the day. Did I see my quilts on coriander quilts from Corey Yoder? Yes. Yes. Saw that Saturday. Corey's such a dear. She's such a sweetheart. Yeah, she's such a sweetheart. Oh, my shirt, you guys. This is from Allie MT's. Link below in the description box. Friends go to quilt shops alone. At first I looked at that and I thought, I would think it should say friends don't let friends shop alone. But then I realized what this means is no husbands. Just go with your friends. I never take my husband to a quilt shop. I did one time and he's like, what are you buying that for? And I said, go sit outside. Just go sit outside. I don't want to deal with that. So anyway, that was the saga. And after getting home at 1:30, and then, I've got to get all my stuff ready so I can get ready for bed and all of that. It was probably 2:15 by the time I got into bed. And I love you guys, but I was not going to get up at 6 to get going for our. So for my workshops, do you need to bring your own ScanNCut and embroidery machines, Darlene? Yes. Classes and workshops, you bring your own. Yes. Yeah. Only go with friends. That's right, Jane. It sounds like my husband. What do you need that for? I know. All righty. So some questions the lady had. She was mentioning she wants to get the most machine for her dollar. And I had mentioned that I was bringing my brother Quattro home from the coast. Now, the brother Quattro is the 6000D from brother. And so she said that, could you let her know the model and biggest hoop that it can do? All right. So as marketed, that machine is marketed as an 8x12. Okay. But when you add the 2 upgrade kits, that's an old machine, you guys, but it's got a camera in it that's built in to be ready to accept upgrades. So when you install the new upgrades, that machine thinks it's a dream machine, and now it will hold a 9x14. I have used a 9x14 many, many times on that Quattro. Yeah, I've got videos, my early videos 5 years ago, before I got the Luminaire. It thinks it's a dream machine, so it holds a 9x14, 9.5x14. So you can do that. She said she contacted brother to get the information, but they only gave you current models, right? So sometimes you have to dig around for older stuff. And then a recent quilt show, a rep told her to look at the brother Luminaire, since they aren't too old, like the Destiny or Dream machines. So, okay. And then, do you have a schedule somewhere where you will be doing classes? And we're working on that, and I'll get that done for you guys. So the difference between the Luminaire and the Dream machines, or the Quattro with the upgrades that thinks it's a Dream machine, is the ability of it to digitize. That's why the Luminaire was crazy expensive, more than the Dream machine. The ability to digitize, to scan in an image and digitize that image. Okay. The Dream machine can do a little bit. It does have a great camera where you can scan your pattern or your fabric. You can scan the design, and then you can place your design. You have precise placement to add on more stuff. But No, the big brains to digitize are in the Luminaire. Okay. So, Michelle, you should love your Luminaire. They're amazing, amazing machines, amazing machines. Okay. So there's that question. And then I had another lady write, Sue, y'all. So a lot of times when you go to retreats, people who are at the retreat, who are attendees, will bring goodies for everybody who's there. You don't have to. Now, this is unusual. This is embroidery retreats, not quilting retreats. You don't see that a whole lot at quilting retreats, but at embroidery retreats, embroiderers love to just make all kinds of little gizmos. We got some key tags, Juju key tags. Those, let me see if I can bring up that. I'll show you a picture. She had, I believe her name was Debbie. She had made key tags for everybody. And I want to, oh, it's going to make me sign in. Darn it. I should have known better and done that here on this computer. So, okay. So anyway, this lady is going to be going to a quilt retreat. Sue is. And she said, I wanted to share with you, every year I host a quilting retreat and I make a little something. She's the host though. And I make a little something for the participants and the owner of the retreat venue. So this year, this is what I'm going to give them. Look what she did with her embroidery machine from Designs by Juju. All of those Go Sew Something. Hopefully my camera will focus on it. Focus, focus. There we go. Look at all of those. Isn't that crazy? Sue, you're a beast. You're an absolute beast. Oh my goodness. Crazy. So she's giving this to everyone who is going to be at the quilt retreat. So the Go Sew Something is my tagline. And then Juju made this design for the Sew and Sail cruise that we went on last year. This was something that they were making. And then after the cruise, she released it to the public. And then Sue got a hold of it and she made them for everybody. And so this is just awesome. What a great host you are, Sue. Well done. Well done. I love seeing that. I've got mine. Let me turn my thing. Sandy Kent made one for me and she made it. I don't know if you can see. I've got my cords all tied up here. She made it for, oh, you can't see it. It's hanging right down here. There it is. You can barely see it, you guys. She made it. She hung hers on the front of her little bike that she rides around, her e-bike that she rides around in RV parks. And so she made one for me. So yeah, I love that. I love that. That's really awesome. So yeah, we got a basket full of lollipop fat quarter stick bundles. You got to love that. Those were great. Where do you find information on upcoming cruises? In Stitches with Jackie, go to SEWN And I think there's a couple spots left for the May 24th of this year. The June 1st is full. That one's not available. I'm pretty sure that one's not available. So Elaine says, class is starting. Yay, gotta go. All right. Bye, Elaine. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. So let's talk about, again, hashtag Power Tools, you guys, giveaway Friday. I've got a mini charm pack of Sunday brunch from Moda and a yard of coordinating background fabric. Nice. Very cool. So this is actually a quilt candy project from Creative Notions Quilt Shop. All righty. So let's talk about Autumn Love, shall we? Let's talk about Autumn Love. So let me pull this up and show you what it is. So we've got a lot of lovers of Lori Holt quilts in here, right? Lots of Lori Holt fans. Lori Holt, if you are an embroiderer, Lori Holt is a quilt pattern and fabric designer, and she works. Her main one is Riley Blake, and Riley Blake is a fabric manufacturer distributor out of Utah. Okay, so they have dabbled into the world of machine embroidery is what they have done. And so Riley Blake has come up with the ability to do a machine embroidery, to put Lori's quilts together using machine embroidery. And this particular one has 3 different sizes. So I'm going to pull this up. Over 1,000 in the house on Giveaway Friday. You guys, please give the video a thumbs up, hit the like button. And if you're watching on TV, please grab your TV remote and hit the channel up button. I appreciate that. That's a thumbs up, totally free to do. And you know, YouTube tells me that about 30% of you are not subscribed. So hit the subscribe button and the little bell for notifications. And that way we can spend more time together, totally free. No channel memberships here, you guys. Okay. So let me pull up this Autumn Love. I want to share my screen with you guys. And I need to share my window, and here it is. Okay. So this is it right here. All right. So this is the machine embroidery Autumn Love quilt. And you guys need to look and make sure if you're going to get this pattern. I have links to it below. They're available on Etsy, or I have a link to the Fat Quarter shop. When they put the button that says notify me when available, then you will be the first to know when they are back in stock before they put them on the website. But you got to be quick about that. When you see the email, you got to jump and go get it because they will sell out, especially because we're doing a sew along now. Okay, so you can do 3 project sizes of this. You can do the 37.5 by 42.5, which is the 6 by 10 stitchable area. That is the one that I am doing. Okay, now I'm going to put my, I need to see and make sure on my channel what you guys are looking at, so I can see your chat and whatnot. Let's get into this. There we go. I need to see what you're seeing. Okay. It's got the brown on the front of the cover. Okay. You definitely need the brown on the front of the cover. It will tell you 6 by 10 hoop, 8 by 12, or 9 by 14. All right. Now, this is such a pretty quilt. I have got a stash of Lori Holt fabric that definitely needs to be used up. On the Fat Quarter Shop's site, they have a whole kit where you can get the fabric and all of that stuff. Now you need to be careful. There is a quilting pattern that uses the Sew Simple shapes, and there is a embroidery pattern that doesn't come with fabric. Okay? So what I did is I bought the embroidery piece of it here, and then I bought some fabric for the outside and I bought a yard. I only need a yard for the outside. And I bought a yard of this right here. Now, this is very hard to find in the fabric list. This inner sashing, inner border is very hard to find. So I chose something else that's like the brown, right? Something a little bit different. This is that latte words. It's very hard to find. It uses the her autumn line of fabrics. Okay. So you can choose your project size, a wall quilt, a lap, or a throw. Of course, the bigger you have, the more fabric you need. Okay. And then it's got the general instructions. Okay. And it talks about how to do all of this. It goes through, and it's baby steps, baby steps. If you are a beginner embroiderer, can you do this? Yes, you can do it. Now, I'm going to tell y'all. Let me get back over here. This is designed to maximize the way it is written. It is designed to maximize the amount of money you spend. I'm just being straight up. And the amount of fabric that you're going to use, okay? I am not going to follow as written in here because I'm an experienced embroiderer and I know what I'm doing, okay? So like they tell you to use a heavyweight tearaway on the back of this. And if you've ever seen one of these in the stores and you feel it, it feels like a piece, like a flak vest. It's so heavy and so thick. All right. I'm not going to be doing that, I don't think. Today, I'm going to do a test block using just SF101 on the back of the background fabric. Because I have stitched many, many Kimberbell designs, I know that you can use SF101 on the back of the background fabric, and that's fine for satin stitched outlines of cut pieces. Okay. So just FYI. Oh, good. You ordered your mug. Good, Diana. It is a lot of fabric, Vicki. Now, mine's not going to use a lot of fabric. Their idea, I want to show you guys why it's a lot of fabric. I'm just going to go over this very quickly. So I want to show you guys, let me go back to, here we go. So where did I put it? Where did I put it, y'all? Here it is. Okay. So why it's a lot of fabric that they want you to use. You need a lot of pieces, and see, like they tell you, you just need a fat quarter or whatever. All right. They're also using all of these threads. I'm just going to use the threads that I have on hand. You can certainly buy whatever you want. I have enough of the threads I have on hand. They want you to use, they're giving you the specific tools to maximize your success. I have 5.5-inch square up rulers, 7.5 and 9.5-inch square up rulers from my Creative Notions quilt shop subscription boxes from a year or two ago. So I don't need to use those. Okay. The design boards, they just give you a list of everything that you could use. All right. So I want to show you what they do here. So this is how this is done. They give you, here's your wall quilt, your lap, and your throw. And so for this, you need a 2.5-inch square for this particular piece, right? For that. So they go through and they tell you what you need for everything on every fabric. Very common. They do this? They do the same thing for her pattern books. All right. So here's how you can look at this. Okay. So like this fabric right here, this latte fabric NN, this fabric is the outside border. So if you look, it says 4 3.5-inch width of fabric strips. So 3.5 and 3.5 is 7, right? And then 7 and 7. I did not. Frito, go eat. Go eat. Keith popped his head in. Did you feed the dog? I said, no. She usually eats at 8, but I'm on a new time. I got to figure that out. So then it's 3.5 and 3.5 is 7. And then 7 times 2 is 14. So you only need a 14-inch strip, because then you subcut that 14-inch strip into the, so 14 inches. So you only need half a yard. See? Kind of think like that, because you're going to cut a 42-inch width. So when you're buying this fabric, you don't have to buy 5 yards of this stuff. You only need half a yard. That's for the wall hanging. Okay. So kind of look at this to get an idea of what you need for your fabric. But I want to show you let's get to a block. I want to show you why they require so much. So let's look right here. This Harvest Star block 1. If you look at this, so here's your background fabric. This right here is a placement line for your middle fabric. And that's the right, they tell you to put the middle fabric down there, tack it down, and then trim it away. Okay, we can do that. But look, they're using a whole 10-inch square right here to cut just these little tiny pieces. See that? I'm not going to do that. I don't need that whole 10-inch square to cut those tiny little pieces, because I'm going to use Embrilliance Essentials. You don't need Stitch Artist for this. Embrilliance Essentials, I'm going to identify my placement lines, grab those placement lines, put them all in a corner of the mat, and cut out a fabric square large enough to just cut those pieces and pre-cut my pieces. Okay? That's all you got to do. And we will go over how to do that step by step. Okay? They do the same thing for the gold. for this gold. Okay. They want a 10-inch square for the whole gold. You don't need that. You really probably only need about this much to cut all those pieces out. So it was hard for you. The stitching was very dense. Right. Okay. Well, Judy, so Judy's done it. Now, so I just want to tell you guys, I am not stitching this as identified. Okay. You struggled with the corner blocks. So a lot of you have made this already. And that's what, when we were in the shop, Harriet's friend Lana, and now my friend too, Lana was telling us she had the hardest time. It was very hard to turn. It was hard to do those things. You guys, I'm not going to do my blocks like that. I'm not going to do my blocks like that. So I'm going to make it a lot easier for you guys. I'm not going to use the stabilizer. I don't think. I think if anything, it might need just SF101 on the background fabric and then maybe some light tearaway, you know, feather light. I mean, you just need something so that those stitches are not, so that those satin stitches around all of those pieces are not going to pucker. So I will take one for the team and figure it out for you guys, and then we'll do it. So if you are, you might want to watch one and see. If you don't have a ScanNCut, I will go through how to cut out all the pieces. So when we do these blocks, when we do these blocks, I'm going to start off in Embroidery Essentials, which is $139, you guys. I got a link to it below if you want to get on there with me. They'll probably put out another coupon before too long for Mother's Day. I imagine they usually do that. Harriet, I think I'm going to start soon, very soon, in the next week. And I'm probably going to do them. So I had a lot of people at the workshop come up to me and say, would you please do more embroidery, more than one day a week? And I hear you, and I'm with you. So we'll probably do it like on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay. So starting next Tuesday, I will go ahead and start doing the first block. And I'm going to do a block at a time, and I'm going to do it in the Stitchuation room. So we are embroidering and using the ScanNCuts and whatnot. And I will just do that on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then one Thursday a month will be the On Wander Lane, okay, with the little birds, you know, for each one of those, our little mini that we're doing with that. So can two chicks quilting put together a kit for the smaller quilt? Probably not. And I'll tell you guys why. Maybe I can ask. I can ask if they can put together a kit. Yay, Vonnie says, yay, more embroidery. Yeah, we're going to do more embroidery. Let's use our embroidery machines, you guys. A lot of you have those combo machines and you haven't broken out the embroidery arm. Let's do that. Expand your knowledge. Learn something new. So lots of applause. Yay, more embroidery. That's our jam. Good, good. Yeah, so I was looking at this PDF and I'm looking at it and I'm going, why? Why are you doing that? Why are you making that so hard? That doesn't have to be that hard. So we'll be using our ScanNCuts. We'll be using our embroidery machines, and I'm going to make it easy for you. Okay, I'm going to make it easy for you. So I thought that would be fun. So I can ask two chicks if they can put a kit together. The problem is getting those fabrics. You really have to be ahead of the game when you order certain lines of fabrics, because in the quilting fabric world, there are staples of fabrics. Those are all the blenders, and they're, they're your Stonehenge and your shabbies, sometimes the shabby. And then there are those fabrics that they're a certain line, and they're a limited line, and they sell out like crazy. So I will talk to them and see if I can't get them to put a kit together. Okay. Yeah. All right. So what else do you guys want to talk about? That's what I had for all of y'all. I could do some sewing. I could do some sewing because I still am working on my fat quarter shop. Do I have to use Lori Holt fabric? No, ma'am. No, ma'am, you do not. You can use whatever you want. So she brings up a good point. Where did that comment go? Where did that comment go? All right. You enjoyed Nancy this morning too. Yeah, y'all, Nancy from Gifts HQ started a live stream as well. She's on in my old time slot, 7 a.m. Central. So if you want to check her out, please do. Gifts HQ. Okay. So do you have to use Lori Holt fabric? No, you do not. And so here's what I do. I do this with fabric and I do this with thread. All right. Because I can't choose my own fabrics. That's very hard for me. So I will look at the picture and then I will hit my stash for the fabric that is the same color as the picture, whether it's Lori Holt or not. Okay. So this is a great stash buster if you want to do that. Because I can't pick my own, that doesn't limit me to not being able to do it if I can't find a kit. I love kits because then I don't have to think. A little thought's required to get into this, okay? But all you really have to do is to find a like colored fabric. Generally, and the beauty of Lori Holt fabrics is that she designs fabrics in all the same value. So it's not like you have brights and dull. Everything is the same. Is it value or hue? One of those things. It's value. Everything is the same value. So there's no screaming bright neon pinks in with her autumn colors, all of her fabrics. Her pinks fit into this autumn theme, all pinks, regardless of what fabric line they come from. So that's the beauty of her stuff. So that's what I'm doing. I don't have all of the autumn line. I am using Lori Holt's fabric because they're all the same hue or value. You could certainly make this one, okay, out of bright colors if you wanted to, okay? So, okay, I want to see and make sure if there's any questions you guys have. You live in Arizona? Oh, good. Look at that, Bertha. You've done your first Lori Holt embroidery wall hanging. Oh, good. I'm glad for the good review on that. She said it turned out wonderful. That's great. Okay. Can you recommend other vlogs for newbies in machine embroidery to watch? You only know about Lisa and me, and you want to learn. So, hometown embroidery, scrapping like a lady. Hometown, yeah, you could. Am I going to do hometown? No, I'm not going to do hometown. My friend Candace did that. Ooh, that's a good one. Big one. She did the giant quilt. So, so Kimber Bell does a weekly, I think, embroidery project. Oh, here's a good one. Hold on a second here. Let me do this. Here's a good question. Which brother ScanNCut is best? So, Janet, which one is best? You guys, I have a blog. My vlog, V stands for video. That's what we're doing here. And then I have a blog, which is a web blog, powertoolswiththread.com. You can go, I'm going to bring that up and I'm going to show you guys. This is a great, I get this question all the time. So we'll talk about this. Let me get back over here and I'm going to show you. Let me stop that screen and go to here and share this screen with y'all. Here is my blog, powertoolswiththread.com. Okay, this is me. Here you go. If Embrilliance puts out a coupon code and you're subscribed to my blog, you will get an email about it. Okay. Also, any little thing that I've got going on, you guys will see that. We do weekend reviews. We do all kinds of stuff here. Okay. Now, on my blog, in addition to this, we have shop Power Tools with Thread links. You guys, this is how I fund my channel. if you come to Shop PTWT links, okay, I have links to loads of fabulous companies in our industry, okay, where you can get discounts special for my viewers, like Amy Bradley Designs. If you start with this link, here's a code for 10% off all Amy Bradley Designs patterns. And it says through 31 December. I'm going to change that. It's permanent now. I'll fix that. Here's my Embrilliance link to the Fat Quarter Shop. All of these places. Sometimes it's an affiliate, sometimes it's not. Here you can get So Tight's magnets for 15% off. All right. Here's our Power Tools with Thread store where you can get Keith rippers, all kinds of stuff here, you guys. All right. So those are the links to the vendors that I work with, where I promote them, they promote me. Sometimes I get a commission, sometimes I get whatever. But these are the ones that I work with. And if you start there, it helps the channel a whole lot. I'm going to be forthright with you about that. Now, here in the search bar, you can click search, and all you need to type is the word buy, B-U-Y, buy, and hit return. And what comes up? Which ScanNCut should I buy? There you go. That's the easiest way to find that. And when you get in here, now I wrote this back in 2022, but it has been updated since. And I'm going to go through here and talk about the different ScanNCuts and what you need to be able to follow along with me, the model numbers, the mats. We'll talk about the mats, and we'll talk about scanning mats. I'm confused by all the mats. What are the differences between them? Okay. We get in here into accessories, all the stuff that you were afraid to ask, or, wanted to know and were afraid to ask, right? We have all of that on here. What about the different blades? Should I purchase from a dealer? Okay. And then we've got Mull Queens. I also work with Sewing Machines Plus. Is the SDX 85 a good deal because my budget is tight? Absolutely it is. So anyway, here you go. So all this info on here for ScanNCut information, okay? It's everything you wanted to know, everything you wanted to know. All right, let me double check my giveaway tool and make sure, yes, we have 851 collecting. Good, good, good. Awesome. So this is the best way for you guys to be able to, if you're new to the ScanNCut, and I'll just tell you right now, you're going to leave heat and bond on the back of your mat and mess up your mat. It's a rite of passage. We all have done it. So, all right. You got the red and white Mickey ScanNCut. Good for you, Jane. That's cute. Mull Queens is fantastic. And be sure to tell them that I sent you. Amy Sews, Mull Queens, Sewing Machines Plus. Those are my three favorites for brother dealers. Now, if you are stitching on an embroidery machine that is not a brother machine, that does not matter. You can still do this. You do not have to have a brother embroidery machine in order to be able to use a brother ScanNCut. That's a confusion sometimes, and I understand that. So the ScanNCut works separate from from the embroidery machine. There are certain model numbers of ScanNCuts talk to certain brother models of embroidery machines, not all of them, okay? So I don't even use that feature. You won't see me use that feature, so you don't have to do that. Don't worry about that, okay? All right. Heat and bond was all over your mat. Nancy from Gifts HQ. She says, this is the lady who has the live. She took my time slot. So again, like I said, rite of passage. So by the time we finish with this, you're going to be cutting fabric like a champ on your ScanNCut, okay, for all of this. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. It's absolutely adorable. Absolutely adorable. Too much fun. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Well, Thank you, Donna. She says, I'm smart. Well, I make a lot of mistakes to get smart for you, Donna. That way you don't have to. She says she's 74 and always willing to learn new tricks. Good for you. Keep your brain working. That's important, right? So, all right. Let's see. I want to see what you guys are talking about. Oh, you know what, y'all? I got to tell you. So, a couple weeks ago, I had mentioned on here that a prolific ribbon award-winning quilter, Nanette, I saw, she lives up the street from me. She passed away back in February. Remember, I mentioned that. And I didn't get a chance. I didn't have her phone number. She and I talked one time, but it was years ago. I was friends with her cousin, who was in my DAR group, Daughters of the American Revolution. So anyway, I was friends with Kay, and then Kay passed away. And then Nanette, I hadn't spoken to her. She passed away. Well, while I was in Indiana, her husband called me. And I was actually in a quilt store in Versailles. And he called me and he said, that's how they say that. It's not Versailles, it's Versailles. So anyway, he called me and he said he is wanting to move her stuff, her quilting stuff. So my quilty buddy, Valerie, is coming over here on Sunday, and we're going to go up to his house and we're going to go in and take a look. So those of you that are local to San Antonio area, we're going to see if he has knitting, crocheting, and all of her quilt stuff, right? So we're going to go up and take a look on Sunday and possibly do like a quilting estate sale there. We'll see if he's up for that. She's got machines. She's got all of that stuff. So we're gonna check that out. And so Valerie and I are going to be able to do that. And if that happens, I'll let you know. Those of you that are in my local area, you can, kind of keep, I'll mention it here when that's going to happen or if it's going to happen and all that. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. So Valentina's loving her new luminaire and she needs a ScanNCut. Yes, you do. You really do, because you're going to see. So yes, Keith made my ScanNCut table. And if you go on my blog, powertoolswiththread.com, you can type the word cabinet into the search bar and that will come up, my ScanNCut cabinet, and it gives you all of the measurements. I took pictures with all the measurements. So if you have a Bob the Builder in your life, they can make one too. So, okay, what else we got going on? Let's see. Oh, we had a couple Vernia users in our workshop. Oh, tip for you Vernia users and Husqvarna users, anybody who's not using a Brother machine. If you're in Brother Canvas and you want to cut out your shapes in Canvas from an embroidery design. Jenny, you're in San Antonio? Yeah, thank you, friend. Okay. She says, thank you. I would like to give some of that stuff a home. I will let you guys know. I know there's a lot of locals here that watch this channel. So that'll be cool. All right. So what was I doing with that? Oh, so when you save, if you're doing Snapplique, FYI, if you're doing Snapplique and you save your embroidery design into your machine's home embroidery format, like Jeff for your Janome users or your HSV Husqvarna, save the stitch file again as a PES. Deborah figured this out while we were at the workshop. Save it again as a PES, which is Brothers Embroidery format. If you're having trouble with your shapes coming into Canvas from your home embroidery machine format, save them into, if you don't know Snapplique, I'm speaking Greek to you guys, so just don't worry about that. Try saving it into a PES file format and then save those placement lines into Canvas, and it works perfect, okay? It works perfect. Okay, good. Awesome. Well, you guys, let's go ahead and do our giveaway. All right, last call for the giveaway. #PowerTools. We have the Sunday brunch mini charm and a yard of coordinating fabrics. Yes, PES is also the format for Baby Lock. Yep, sure is. All right, good. I'm going to have one last swig of coffee here, give you guys a chance to do that. We are 1,141 on the live, as I can see right now. That's awesome. I'll be doing some test stitching this weekend for Hometown. Again, if you want to get this, and if you go to, this is an embroidery design, not the quilting. If you go to the Fat Quarter Shop, I've got a link to it below, or you get it on Etsy. I've linked to that as well. Get on the list for the waiting list. And when it comes in, then you can go back and you can watch the videos if you need help to do that. Okay. But you will be first to be notified when it says notify me when in stock. Go ahead and set a reservation for that, and you will get the notification first. Be sure to make sure that you check your email often. When it comes in, you'll get an email. And if you don't check your email often and you miss it, you're going to have to go hunting for it, okay? Be sure also check your local quilt shops for this. We like to support our local quilt shops. So if your local quilt shops have Autumn Love, the embroidery, it's the one that has the brown, okay? It's got the brown on there. Let me check this one more time. Yes, please, thumbs up, you guys. Oh, I wanted to share with you guys too. If you're not subscribed to Connecting Threads email list, you need to do that. Let me show you this. Today, if you want something to do, where is it? Right here. You get an email every day with a deal. And today's deal is you get a little clutch, a little pattern for a clutch. It doesn't include the hardware or the zipper, but you get the pattern for the clutch, 2 yards of coordinating fabric, and 2 spools of thread for $17.43. That's a deal, right? So this is they do a daily deal up to 60% off. So you get an email every day if you get on here. So that's a deal. If you guys are looking for something to do, fantastic. All right. And let's see. Let me get back. Where'd you go? Where did you go? Oh, you're right here. That frightened me. I thought my thing was gone. I was like, oh no. Okay. You just got that deal? Good, Annie. Good for you. That's awesome. Yeah, Connecting Threads has good fabric and great thread, you guys. Very good way to do that. Okay, there's my alarm going off. Time for the drawing. Here we go. Yep. I'm going to present and share my screen. And it's the giveaway tool, share, and we are 905 entries. Good luck, everybody. Ready, set, go. Awesome. The thread, usually it's theirs, and they also work with Superior Thread, so you may get Superior Thread from them too. D. Anderson, congratulations, D. Good for you. Yay. D, send me an email, powertoolswiththread@outlook.com, and tell me where to send this. All right, my friend, you're going to get a mini charm for Sunday brunch from Moda and a yard of coordinating fabric. Awesome. Good for you, Dee. All right, you guys, thank you so much for spending your time with me. I really enjoyed this new time slot. I hope you do too. Be sure to check out Gifts HQ and visit with Nancy before me. That would be awesome. And I hope you have an amazing weekend. Awesome. I will talk to you guys on Monday. I love y'all. Go sew something. Bye.